What is up, guys? Sasquatch here, and as you can see, a little bit different background, different scenery than you're probably used to in the previous videos and previous streams. Just relocated, finally got the move going. I am up here in Montana now. Not moved into my place yet, staying at a family member's house. So just taking the time to this video won't be live streamed. Don't worry about that. This is strictly YouTube for this episode and possibly the next one, because I'm not sure when I'm gonna get into a place, and not sure when I will be getting internet after I get into said place. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this started. Today I was just looking through my little subjects there and trying to figure out what to talk about. And I have decided that today we are going to talk about the Wendigo. Now, the Wendigo is I guess you could say, I don't know, there's one of two things that it has been described to be. Now, the first thing would be that it's an actual physical being. It's just this hideous monster that stalks through the northern woods, and he is just trying to find something to eat. He's always hungry. It's been said to have like a stag type head, like a stag skull type head. But it's also been described as this giant humanoid looking creature, just huge, humongous, tall. It's actually been described like, even though it's always hungry, it never stops eating. It's super skinny, bones, you can see all that. It's gray, white in some cases. It's pretty interesting to look at. And then the second one, which is the more common one people describe it as, is it's a malevolent spirit. And this malevolent spirit, it goes and it possesses men, and it curses them with an incurable need to eat human flesh, like all the time. And now it's said that the only way these men could be controlled by this malevolent spirit or the Wendigo would be if they were just incredibly greedy and selfish. That's the only people this thing targeted as far as a host, I guess you could say. Now, I'm going to try and pronounce this right. The Wendigo originated from the Algonquian legend. Now the Algonquian, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, it's not necessarily a tribe. They described it more as like a culture of people. And these people originated, they were in Canada, the Northeast US coast, and the Great Lakes region. Now they all described it, from what I read anyway, was the more of the malevolent spirit side of things. Now, there were some that obviously went along with it was an actual physical being, just this monster stalking the woods. But it was more leaning towards the spirit side of things than that. Now, go ahead and put a picture up there. That's just one of the more of the physical being kind of thing. Now, as you can see, the stag head, just very skinny bones. It's been known, like I said, that's more of a realistic drawing of what they said this thing's looked like. Just giant sharp claws, just insanely terrifying. I'm sorry, I had to look outside. I thought someone was out there. Anyway, now, when they would find these things, and these Wendigos would attach themselves to people, it was impossible. They claimed it was almost impossible to escape. There's a slight chance you could, but 9 times out of 10, it got its prey, as you could say. Now, the reason they say it was impossible is because first off, the Wendigos are more known in your mountain areas. That's where that's their turf, you could say, and their turf would be more of the northern type mountains. So we're talking the Rocky Mountains and going up into Canada and places like that. And they say these Wendigos are not affected by the elements at all. So its turf was like just the chilling, cold, snowy mountain areas, which, I mean, it's kind of why people had a hard time getting away if they even did, because they we're not used to that. You know, you would very well likely die from the weather conditions alone, as opposed to just as opposed to a Wendigo. Now, they also claim that the Wendigo, like, once it was after you, it was after you. It didn't stop. Legend has it, and they talked about how because it had just incurable curse for hunger, that it would just hope that you would be the meal that would stop that hunger. Like, it didn't have to eat again for a while, but they were just so hungry all the time, it just didn't stop. So another reason why these Wendigos did not stop coming after you, because they just wanted to relieve that hunger. Now, they did say is for those that did manage to escape, they would most likely go crazy. Now, when I say go crazy, they would say that you would have visions of the Wendigo. You would mass paranoia or extreme paranoia. You'd always they just were never the same, and they would just go insane. Now they actually have a phrase for this, and it's actually, I don't want to say pretty common, but it was a common phrase back then. I don't know if it is still now, but they called it Wendigo psychosis. Now, there's actually a true story about this, okay? And this took place in, I want to say they said it was the paper it took place in was the Edmonton Times, so Canada. And this took place in the 1800s. Now, the story is about a man. His name was Swift Runner. Now, he was a member of the Cree tribe. Now, he was a local guide for the mounted police. He took them all through areas, and he was just a pretty well-known guy. Well, in 1878, he took his family into the woods just to, it didn't really say what for, so I don't know if he was, if it was a hunting kind of thing, if they were planning on setting up, I'm assuming they were going to set up shop out there, but he was not seen again in the public until the spring of 1879, and him and his family went out into the woods. Him and his wife and his 6 children went out into the woods, I think they said in the spring of 1878. So he was not seen again for a whole year. He was just out there. However, when he came back, he claimed that his wife and his 6 children died of starvation. Now, and it was during the harsh winter is when they passed. So here's where they were kind of baffled about his story, and they did not believe him, but they didn't really believe him either, because 25 miles away was an emergency food supply at one of the local post services. I cannot remember which one it was, and you're thinking, 25 miles away, that's pretty far away. However, if you really think about it, that's probably a week trip. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, his I think they said with his kids, they were a little bit older. He had like 2 older boys, so he would have taken them with them, and then went and came back with the food supplies. So, why did they die of starvation with food being so close? Let alone emergency services, things like that. Well, when they took him back to the camp, to where he was, they ended up coming to a conclusion. It wasn't even a conclusion. He ended up confessing that he butchered his wife and his children and ate them. Now, the reason this is connected to Wendigo psychosis, because that is what they would claim, that's what led to the cannibalism. And that's another thing that, before I continue on there, that is another reason. That's another way these Wendigos came to be, is when these malevolent spirits took over you, the transformation, as they would say, wasn't complete until you consumed human flesh, or cannibalism. Now, when he confessed to doing this, the reason they connected it more to the Wendigo psychosis as opposed to just pure cannibalism is because it wasn't out of starvation. It wasn't to avoid starvation. You know, there was food supplies nearby, and they said there was still food in the shelves. Not much, but still there was food. So they connected this to the Wendigo psychosis due to the fact that it wasn't just for pure cannibalism. It wasn't to avoid the starvation. It just happened. So when they find out this is what happened, when he claims he was later taken back to town, he was in jail, and then he was executed shortly after, because the legend of Wendigos and all that kind of stuff, once this happened, the transformation was complete, but it started off the whole factors of the full transformation, I guess you could say, into what you see there. Just to go ahead and switch pictures, that's more of your humanoid kind of thing. That's actually a better representation of the malevolent spirit side of things. So another one would be this one. That's also a really good representation of kind of a mixed half and half kind of thing. Now, this is what they said the humans would turn into. This is after the spirit has possessed and all that kind of stuff. And now, doing research, it said once the transformation was complete, these Wendigos would leave the body because they had already done their job. The host was now one of their own, and they would go on and to the next one. You know, trying to find a host to stop that hunger. Now, I did happen to find just a few. I found 3 videos. Now, these videos, again, I have seen 2 of them. The first and the second one I have seen. Now, the third one I haven't seen, but it's actually it's a pretty cool video. I just want to kind of set the basis of the video. The first video I have, sorry, I gotta turn my notes here. The first video I have is in heads up. In all the videos, locations are not disclosed. They didn't say where this was at. They obviously, with the Wendigo being a more North American kind of legend, it's probably taken place again in Canada, Northeast Coast, Great Lakes, or in just any sort of mountainous area. So I don't know where they don't disclose the locations. But so the first video is there's a man, and he has been for countless nights. He keeps hearing these strange noises on his property, screaming, just these growling sounds. And so for whatever reason, this guy decides, you know what, I'm gonna go check it out. So let's just go ahead and get into the first video and let's watch it.
Quite a bit. The heck is that? Oh my god.
Alright. Now, obviously a guy walking through his property, the little farmland is what it looks like to me anyway. Spies something with his little night vision, leaning over, looks like it's eating something, and he looks up, looks at him, glowing eyes, Now, when you look at it, I should have took still shots and put them up there. That would have been a lot better. Sorry, I'll make sure that for the next few episodes to start doing things like that. I didn't even think so. I don't have to continuously go back and replay the videos, because I know with our Sasquatch episode 1, we ran into an issue where the video stopped playing. So, anyway, when you look at it, it looks kind of like a smaller type of head. Almost looks kind of deformed in a way, like giant head that kind of like forms in like, I don't know, like it really forms more like that, it looks like to me anyway. Now I've seen this video, and to my knowledge there was more videos out there, and I could tell when they were fake. I mean, it's pretty obviously when things that consider things like this, they're fake or not, because it's hard to pull something like this off. For example, with the Sasquatch stuff, you can kind of tell when things like that are fake. It's fairly obvious. You can't tell. With these, it's hard to pull off a skinny, tall, humanoid-looking figure. So you can kind of tell when they're fake. With that one, I don't recall ever seeing anything of that one being debunked or anything. If anybody watching this video now has seen that video and knows more information about it than I do, feel free to put it in the comments, because I would love to know more about it myself. So on to the next video. The next video is, again, no location, just some friends. They're camping, and they claim they're hearing these noises, and eventually they come to the conclusion that it's just a dog. However, for whatever reason, he's filming. I don't know if he's just filming trying to get the noise or something like that, or if he's just filming them camping themselves or doing like a little like trip kind of thing like that. However, the thing they capture on the video is, again, I can't tell if it's fake. I've seen this video, and this is one of the more, I guess, more well-known videos is when it comes to Wendigo sightings and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, I actually think I remember seeing this on the news one time. Now, I don't remember, I could be completely wrong about that. I remember seeing this somewhere that wasn't YouTube. Now, whether or not it was debunked, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't find anything on it that says it was debunked or not. Couldn't find people that said, oh, we sent it to this and they said CGI, things like that. Again, I don't know. However, they're camping, guys recording, they're hearing this noise. One of the friends claims that it's a dog, it's just a dog or whatever, and the camera captures something, but they don't. So let's go ahead and watch that.
Sharpening for like 2 hours. You hear something?
The dog.
Okay.
Probably Shiloh.
Yeah, I'm gonna take pictures.
All right, it's fairly quick. I'm gonna play it one more time just so we can get it. It's on the right side of the screen. You probably saw it. Just one more time. If you just look, it kind of crosses the screen. It's a pretty large, white-looking creature, like very extremely pale. Watch it again just one more time just to get the.
Sharpening for like 2 hours. You hear something?
The dog.
Okay.
Probably Shiloh.
Yeah, I'm gonna take pictures.
All right, now, as I'm sitting here thinking about it, I do remember there's more to this video. I couldn't find that. This is the video I found, but like I said, there's more to this video, and I'm pretty sure the ending of it. Again, for anyone else that's seen this video, tell me if I'm wrong. I don't want to get my facts wrong. You know, I want to be straight up on this. So I'm gonna say it anyway. If I'm wrong, let me know, please. It continues on. He looks over again, and the second time he sees it, and it's a larger space that this creature has to go through, and he sees it that time, and then that's when they run off. I don't know if they run off into the woods. I don't know if they go into their tent. I don't know what happens. I cannot remember, but I do think I remember that happening in the video. There's a lot more to that video than just that little 5-6 second segment. So again, I couldn't find anything saying that that's CGI, saying that that's anything. So if it was, Let me know. Again, I don't want to get facts wrong. I don't want to put something out there that's has been debunked, things like that, or that's been, you know what I'm saying? So it's still interesting stuff to look at. Now this next and last video that I have for you guys today, it's again undisclosed location. Man's on a rooftop of an abandoned building somewhere in the woods. He's just kind of scanning, and when he looks down, he sees something. He zooms in and he catches something pretty gnarly. Now, to me, this one is the more realistic footage. I can't explain this one. It looks real to me, but I'll let y'all know it. It's a pretty like 6, 7 second, 8 second video. So let's watch it. Again, it was probably shorter than, than the 6, 7 seconds. That looks more realistic to me. Again, you can see it, kind of a weird hunched over gray white looking creature just walking through the woods. The reason I say that one looks more realistic is because when you look at that and you look at pictures such as that, pretty similar. I imagine, I know nothing about CGI. Okay, I really don't. But I imagine, I would like to think the way the camera is looking down and the way the creature looks and the way it's walking, it would be hard to pull that off at the angle the creature's looking. It looks like it's hunched over. It's pointing downward. It's looking like the right way. So it would be hard to pull that off in my mind. Like I said, I know nothing about CGI. I don't know if that was easy. A top view would be easy of something or not like that. I don't know. Especially in an actual footage, regardless if that's fake or not, the footage is real. Now the creature being there, again, I don't know. It looks real to me. Just because of how similar it is to the sightings that they say. You know, I'm sorry, again, I'm just constantly looking. So, again, there's that picture again. Again, the similarities in that video to the pictures I've seen, there's just so many. Again, I hopefully have informed you a little bit. Again, it was one of those things, like, this is kind of a faster kind of video. I know it sucks. I wish I could stream it live to you guys. Unfortunately, the internet that I'm in right now, I'm in a smaller town at the moment where I'm staying, so the internet service isn't great. So that's why I'm doing a recording, and the upload is probably going to take forever, guys. But again, hopefully I informed you guys a little bit. I had fun doing some research on this. There's so much more out there on the Wendigo, guys. If you guys are interested in something like this, definitely research it. You know, it's really cool stuff to look at. Again, hopefully I informed you guys. Hopefully you guys had fun talking about it and listening, and hope, you know, as much as I did. Again, like, comment, feel free to leave a sub if you'd like. I'm hopefully going to be doing gaming videos here soon, as soon as I get things figured out with internet and all that kind of stuff. But for right now, it's going to be strictly cave talk on the YouTube. Again, guys, thank you so much. If I have the time, I might do another episode this week. I'm probably going to save it for next week. But if I have the time and I just have nothing to do that day, I might just say screw it and just do it. Again, I don't know what the next episode is going to be about yet. There's plenty to talk about, plenty of things I can do. I have a whole list of, I say a whole list. I have a page worth of subjects and things I could talk about, and so I'll figure it out. If y'all would like to leave a suggestion in the comments, let me know. That'd be awesome too. I'd love to start taking suggestions from you guys. I've already done one for my buddy Ordani with last week's episode on the Oni Kuma and the Oni. So again, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Again, please like, comment, leave a sub if you like. I'd love to hear from you guys. Hope to see you all soon back on Twitch. As always, guys, I will see you next time. That was Cave Talk Myths and Legends, the Wendigo.